Yo, how's everyone doing? Welcome back for some more Forza Horizon 3. Today I'm going to be sharing with you the 2013 Audi R8, and I cannot believe that I have never covered this car before, because coming into Forza Horizon 3, this was always my favorite car, this model of the Audi R8, but I'm going to show you this car in the Forzavista, share with you some racing gameplay, and also just talk with you about the car, tell you what I think about it, and obviously for the most part it's going to be a very positive review because I absolutely love this car. This was my favorite car for the longest time, and it isn't quite my favorite car anymore, but it is still beautiful. I mean, just look at this thing. Generally I like it white, but I want to do something different, and I thought the blue looked really good, and the interior looks nice in this thing. I mean, overall I don't think there's too many people out there that do not like the overall design of this car. It also sounds very good, but in terms of performance, I always have loved how this car just rips off the line. The launch is so good with that all-wheel drive system, and I think that's one thing that everybody loves about the thing, and the acceleration's pretty good overall, but believe it or not, this thing feels a little bit sluggish to me top end, and I think that's just because this car is kind of, I guess you could say, outdated. There's so many new cars that have come out since this car was kind of the main car that you would always talk about and always hear about, so this used to always be one of the best cars in racing games, but not anymore because there are so many cars that have overtaken it when it comes to performance, and even the newer version of the Audi R8, the 2016 V10 Plus, is faster than this thing, so obviously they're advancing and all the cars are getting faster as time goes on, but I still love this car just because it looks amazing, it sounds good, and the performance overall is still pretty good, but like I said, it's just a little bit slower top end. The top speed is just over 200 miles per hour, which is average, I would say, or decent for the middle of the S1 class, but just like I said, it just feels slow once it gets towards those top gears, and the gearing ratios themselves feel pretty good, and it shifts pretty quick, but you'll certainly notice once you get towards those higher speeds that the car does feel a little bit more sluggish. But in terms of handling, the car handles pretty good. It's not amazing, but it does make most turns relatively easily, and the braking is good as well. Once again, not amazing, but the brakes are good, and generally you're not going to brake too late with this car, but it's certainly a car that can use some upgrades and certainly needs to have some upgrades to be competitive in the S1 class, because it really feels weak against other cars in the S1 class, which is really surprising because this car, I just always remember it being one of the fastest cars in pretty much every racing game I played. It really doesn't matter what game I played, if this car was in it, it was one of the best cars in the game, but that's really not the case anymore, and I really noticed that when I drove it the last few days, but I still enjoy it. I think it's still a very good car, and I think it still has some potential in the S1 class with a proper build and tune, so I'm really excited to work on this thing because this has been my favorite car for a very long time, and although it's not number one in my heart anymore, it is still up there in the top 10 because it's just a car that I've loved for such a long time, like seriously forever. This was my favorite car, and this was the first game that really got me to expand and find some other cars, and the new version of the Audi R8 is very nice as well, and I think I actually do like it better than this older model of the R8, but let me know what you think about the 2013 model R8 because I still love it, and I still can't believe that I haven't ever made a video on this thing all the way up until this point, but I really hope you enjoyed the video. As always, thank you very much for watching. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll talk to y'all again very soon. Peace out.